Welcome back to Mass Appeal. Are you sick of chicken? Are you sick of beef? And do you want to jazz up your breakfast?
All of those things.
Right?
Yes, I do.
If it was a circle for all of the above, I would check it.
We're here with Lauren Kinzerski. She's the owner of the food truck Chanterelle To Go out of Northampton, and she's here to show you how to make your own yogurt. But we're also going to talk about new meats. Well, they're not necessarily new, but maybe new in your life.
New to you.
Hopefully new in your life.
They're actually the oldest meats. I mean, we're talking about cooking with rabbit and goat, and goat's actually the most consumed meat on the planet worldwide because they eat everything and they can live in any environment. So it's actually really popular.
What's the taste of goat like?
It's like if you mix lamb and beef. So it's a little,
Okay.
has a little bit more of a flavor than beef, but it's not gamey like lamb would be. So it's a nice thing to try. Also, the cuts are smaller because it's a smaller animal. So if you're a family of two, it's a nicer thing because you could do, like, say, roast a leg of goat, and it's enough food for 2 people and a little bit left over for the next day. Whereas if you roast a leg of lamb, it's food for like 8 people.
Yeah.
So it's something a little bit different and it's fun. But we brought a few samples here. Talking about goat, you can get ground goat, and where you find goat is if you go to a farmer's market, especially in the Northampton, Hadley, Amherst area, there are so many farmers that have goats. Obviously, you like goat cheese, and you might buy goat cheese at the market. You got to do something else with the meat. So,
good point.
But ground goat's a really easy way to just kind of fit goat into your regular recipes because you can use it exactly just like you would beef, and it's something a little different. It's a little bit more flavorful, something fun for your friends.
But it's not really something that you'd find in your everyday grocery store?
No, not yet. I mean, ethnic grocery stores do have it. If you go to like a Middle Eastern grocery store or maybe like a really ethnic South American store, they would actually have goat meat because it's eaten very widely. Jamaicans eat goat a lot. So you do find it in Springfield in the ethnic stores, but if you're going to a farmer's market, that's really the best way to get it.
Good, so then you can support your local farmers.
And now you've made a few recipes today. Do any of those have the goat in them?
This is goat.
Okay.
So this is a tagine.
I love this.
The recipe is going to be on the website, but it's a really simple, you can actually throw it all in the crock pot before you go to work kind of thing. And Moroccan food, they use goat and lamb a lot, but we use goat, and it's paired with root vegetables, which is perfect for this time of year. Carrots and
what's the
rutabaga.
grain on the bottom?
Couscous.
Oh, it's couscous.
Yeah.
Huh, I need to put my contacts in.
Yeah. So that's a really great thing. It's easy. You can throw everything in the crock pot. You stew the meat really low and slow. We did it with the goat shoulder. And then when you come home, you can just cook up some couscous, which is like the fastest pasta to cook, and you have a whole meal.
What a beautiful dish.
Right? And the tagine?
Tagine.
Tagine. Very cool. Now, what other meats do we have
We
here
have
today?
the rabbit we brought in a sausage form, which is kind of the easiest way to incorporate it if you haven't had it. Whole rabbit is how you would get regular rabbit meat, and it's similar to chicken thighs, but you break it down. It's a little bit of a more intensive process. But you can find these are smoked rabbit sausages, and we did cassoulet, which is a very traditional French dish, which is also a one-pot wonder. You kind of throw everything in, let it go, and we did that with the sausage. So it's a really nice thing with root vegetables, the sausage, white beans, and then it's just topped with breadcrumbs, and it's traditionally served with French fries or like just crusty bread because it's a little saucy. And
it's called a cassoulet?
Cassoulet.
It's like a fancy term for casserole?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
It's like the original casserole.
Aha.
You know what I mean?
That's your
So you throw everything in and you let it cook, and then you just throw the breadcrumbs on top and put it under the broiler, and you're ready to go.
Nice. So that's a one-pot wonder.
And it's something different, and it's something fun, and rabbit's very lean. It's just like chicken. It's a really healthy meat if you're watching your weight in the new year and want to try something different. And you can mix it up instead of like always having chicken or turkey breast, which can get boring.
Definitely.
The rabbit's like a really fun thing to try.
You know what I always wonder? People say the word gamey. I mean, I use it. I have no idea what it even means. Like, when you say gamey, like, what are you thinking? Like, tougher?
No, it's not tougher. Certain meats you have to braise them a little bit longer, just like anything else. So when you cook your turkey, the legs are always juicy when the breast is dry, is because you cook it till the legs are cooked, and they need more time because it's a darker meat, but it also has more flavor. So the gaminess isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just has more of a flavor of that the animal was out in the wild and it was eating like all different foods and bugs and all sorts of stuff, so that it has a little bit more going on.
Flavor? It's
Yeah.
a different flavor.
It's a little more intense flavor. It's a little nicer. I like it because you can, instead of having to worry about spices and this, that, and the other thing, you already get a kind of a fun flavor from the meat while you're cooking with it.
We'll do a gamey recipe sometime soon, right?
Come on back.
That's a
but
lot
we're
to
not
do.
done with Lauren yet, because later on the show, we're going to make do-it-yourself yogurt. It's easier than you think.
And it's actually healthier than anything you can buy in the store,
Exactly.
right?
Very cool.
Very cool.
And we're going to unveil some of
We are back in the kitchen with Lauren Kantersky from Chanterelle To Go out of Northampton, and now we're going to make our own yogurt, and it takes like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it
So
really,
easy?
it's like no cooking time, and it's way cheaper because, you know, yogurt, you get, you know, even if it's on sale, it's almost $1 for each little thing. And really, when you make yogurt, it's the cost of a gallon of milk. So think about how much more you can get for your money. And
lot
with
more.
no time, and it's a lot healthier because you can choose the milk, so you can make sure that it's like a great, you know, not ultra pasteurized. You can get something organic. You can get it from your local farm. It's way better.
And I think the other thing is this whole yogurt revolution, people got all jazzed up about probiotics and how they're great for you. But when you make your own yogurt, you can have a whole lot more in there.
When you make your own, it's like crazy probiotic. It really grows. Yogurt is alive. When you buy it in the store, it's not, because it's not as shelf stable. So when you make it yourself, first of all, you can make it. It lasts 2 weeks in the fridge, so it's really no problem. But it's a lot healthier for you.
It's a lot. It kind of freaks me out
It's
that I'm like
alive.
eating something alive.
Yeah.
It's like oysters. You eat oysters alive.
I don't, but but if you do, I
must
guess
eat
that's the
something
case.
alive. I guess
don't
not.
know. Oh, yogurt! I love it.
Yeah,
well, now
yogurt,
I will.
yeah.
I'm
There we
gonna
go.
try your yogurt.
So, all you
so how do we
need-
make it?
Okay, so the funny trick to yogurt is that you actually need a little bit of yogurt to make more yogurt. And that's really it. It's just like when you're making bread, you need to add yeast for it to rise. You can either add old bread dough, and that has the yeast in it and it will grow, or you can just, you know, we add a little bit of yogurt to the yogurt and voila.
It grows, right?
So what is there a ratio, an appropriate ratio?
Yeah, so we have we have our glass jars, which I reuse from pickles and olives and stuff, and that it's better than plastic, and that's a great way to use them. And so we take 1 tablespoon of yogurt, and we're gonna add it to 4 cups of milk,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
and that's it. So it's just like a little bit. It's a really tiny bit.
Now, when you walk down the dairy aisle at the grocery store, there are so many different types of yogurt to choose from. What is the kind we should look for this recipe?
Just anything that I mean, obviously better like organic, and you know, something local or from a small farm is better.
Yeah.
But I mean, use whatever you have and then stop buying it and then make your own.
So it
And
doesn't
then,
have to
you
be
know-
Greek yogurt, or it
No.
doesn't have to. Okay.
And we'll say how to make Greek yogurt in a second. But
Okay.
you can either flavor your yogurt after, if you would like. If you have kids, and you can add like some fresh jelly or fresh fruit to make it like fruit on the bottom. But you can also add it ahead of time. So we're gonna take a lemon and just zest it. And if one of you want,
I would love to.
Yeah, zest
lemon
away,
zest.
Seth.
zest a lemon.
All right,
And so we'll make a lemon yogurt.
We've got about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
so we'll show people. So you're gonna zest.
I'm gonna zest like
You've
I've
got
never
milk.
We've
zested
got
before.
milk that was brought to a simmer, and then we let it cool so that when you put your finger in it, it feels only slightly warmer than your body temperature.
Okay.
And it won't burn your finger. You can stick your finger in it, and life is grand.
That's good.
Here we go.
That's
How
good.
about that?
So throw that in the bin,
There we go.
Got some extras
Okay.
right there.
Zesty.
and then we're gonna pour the milk on top.
Is it just this
nice.
easy?
Yep. You're gonna pour the milk on top, and then you have to leave it in a warm place. So I leave it on the stovetop because we cook a lot. But if you don't have a stove that's used all the time, just take the little jar and put it like in an insulated little lunch bag, and its own warmth will keep it warm. And it takes about 12 to 24 hours depending on how warm it is.
And then it said, I'm sorry,
And when you
Lauren,
tilt it, it
we're
will
out of
rust.
time. But
Yeah.
we'll have all the recipes on our website, all the directions. Thanks so much
Yeah,
for
of
sharing
course.
this. We'll be sharing these recipes on our website, mymassable.com, later today.